Thanks for stopping by my daily market report. My name is Mike, and this report is about mortgage rates. We kind of like to go over the impact on a daily basis on what's driving rates and where they're trending. We like to kind of let you know if they're unchanged, if they're going up or down. So that way, kind of lets you know where things are moving on a daily basis. We don't get into rate quotes as this. There's plenty of other places to go in there, and there's a lot of volatility or a lot of variables that go into a rate quote. So you could pretty much have a video in its own for that, but for simplicity, we just try to keep you informed as to what's impacting the rates on a daily basis and where the market's moving, and kind of give you a little guidance as to if they're going up or down type of thing. So if you guys do want rate quotes or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. A little bit about myself is I am a loan officer and I do work with the national lender, so we can help people in all 50 states here in the U.S. So again, if you guys are looking to got questions about refinancing, or if you guys got questions about buying and wanting to get pre-approval, please reach out. We can answer questions about different loan programs or mortgage rates or whatever questions you might have. We can certainly get that information for you. So without further ado, why don't we begin the report? We'll start off with the economic reports being report for the day. We'll start with housing starts. So last month, back in March, we had 1.739 annualized units. These are kind of units that are supposed to start off for the year. However, that got revised a little bit lower, down to 1.733. Forecast was showing for a little bit more of a dip, 1.71, and it dipped much further than that, 1.569. So that's a pretty big miss right there, as you can see here, by 9.5% drop there. However, if you look at the future housing starts, this is the building permits. We had 1.759 back in March, and it also was revised a little bit lower to 1.755. Forecast was kind of for 1.77, and it came in, went up a little bit, and right at forecast. Not quite to what forecast, but decent at 1.760. So got improvement. Not quite to where we were looking for, but again, it's much better than what we saw from the housing starts. Now, housing starts, a lot of that is coming from the labor and materials. We're having a scarcity on there. A lot of the materials, especially lumber, are hard to get and they're having to kind of set things aside. Sometimes labor can be an issue, and other different areas like copper and stuff like that are also getting to be difficult for home builders to be able to complete these properties that they've started. Even renovation projects are, you're hearing people are having problems trying to get the supplies that they need to try to finish their renovation projects. So, with that in mind, why don't we jump ahead to the headline news, see what's going on over there. Stocks are mixed today. Nasdaq is the only index actually in positive territory today. Today we're getting some earnings reports, so we got some very good ones actually. Home Depot blew out the water right there with some far exceeding the expectations and stuff. We had a few other people coming out with it. There's Walmart people at that as well. Um, so those are kind of so right now the stock market is kind of going a tug and war between that of what we're getting on earnings reports, which are great, but of course the housing starts kind of were a huge disappointment, and we're seeing some mixed economic data that coming out here, but yet we're also seeing some great earnings reports. So we'll have time will tell, but of course the investors are kind of saying they're kind of going back and forth. They're concerned about obviously the inflation, but they're also kind of looking at how much stocks have gone up. Are they in an overbought position? Are the valuations of those stocks in line? So those are also things that they are kind of debating about. So we also got some infrastructure bills, proposals. Biden's trying to promote his. He's got Janet Yellen on this side trying to promote the $2.3 trillion. We have uh, I believe, a representative out of West Virginia that's also looking to come out with their proposal from the Republican side of things. So we'll have to kind of see what transpires. It is pretty much a one-party system right now, so things might tend towards Biden's proposal, as he's pretty much got the majority for House and Senate. So it looks most likely his will kind of go through, but he may have some difficulties within his own party of the amount of spending. So he does have some obstacles. We also got some mergers and acquisitions announcements. There was also yesterday AT&T merging with Discovery, and then today they're talking about MGM, uh, a division of, I believe, MGM merging with Amazon possibly. It's the entertainment that produced the James Bond films. So, but, so Amazon is looking at acquiring them as well. Why don't we jump see how this is looking for bonds and mortgage rates? We started the morning up much higher, but we did scale back a little bit so far this morning. We're down about 2 basis points right now. Again, we closed down 9 basis points, so this isn't quite enough movement right now. It's pretty minimal for really any rate changes. So our rate should be about where we saw yesterday, and including that of Friday for that matter as well. So we shouldn't be that much off from what Friday was showing as well. So rates are still in a decent position, not as much movement as we still sit in this no man's land between the 50 and the 25-day moving averages. And then we got yields about the same at 1.65, kind of going the sideways pattern right here. So right now they're kind of looking for some type of catalyst. The big catalyst this week might be the Fed minutes that will be released later this week. I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday. The Fed minutes will be released, and that could be the big catalyst of because the Fed, a lot of investors want to see what the Fed numbers thought when they saw that CPI number, and they think so they're really looking at wanting to see those notes this week as well. All right, folks, that's pretty much the wrap for the day. Again, mortgage rates unchanged. If you guys like this video, please help me out and hit the like button. I greatly appreciate you guys. And you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you guys, again, have any questions about anything, please feel free to reach out. And you guys we'll hopefully see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.